head coach Jess Vormelker entering her first season here at Thiel, and Giana Arnese joining us as well, one of the upperclassmen on this Thiel women's basketball team. Welcome back to Thiel. Coach, nice to have you back in Greenville.
Thank you so much. It's been super exciting and very humbling to be back at Thiel. I'm very happy to be back.
Talking about this year's team, you have three returners who have played a lot of minutes last year, Lexi Wagner, Taylor Suzani, and Giana Arnese. Talk about the role you see them playing this year and the leadership they provide.
As our upperclassmen, I expect them to be able to pull along our first years. We have 6 first years, and I think that our upperclassmen, they want to compete, they want to be better, and I think if they come in with that mindset every single day, it's just going to pull our first years along as well. So I expect them to be my go-tos when it comes to anything leadership, and just I have high expectations for them to just help pull these first years along and just help to give them more confidence and peace out there on the court.
Can you go into depth with the youth you have, and what do you expect from them this year?
Yeah, so we have 6 first years this season, and we have most of our student athletes are local in this first year class. We have 1 from Youngstown, we have 1 from Greenville, 1 from Stoneboro, 2 from Northeast Ohio in Geauga County, and then we have 1 from the Akron area. So most of our kids are pretty local, but I'm really excited for just the depth that they can bring to us this year. And like we said, we only have 10, so I feel as if all of them are going to have opportunity to prove themselves this season, and there are going to be lots of ups and downs for not only our first years but all of our players as we're going into new systems and things like that. But as long as we're learning and we're growing from the mistakes that we make, I think that we'll be okay in the end.
Can you go into a little bit more of the role they'll play at least this year coming to 2023?
Let's face it, we can look at the roster and we can see that we only have 10 healthy players this year. So I think all of them are going to have opportunity to get out on the court and grow and just be the players that we need them to be. With all first years and all new people in a program, there are going to be learning curves, and for us this year, we'll be okay with getting through those things because we need every single person that's on this team. They all have a role, and what they bring to us is all very valuable.
And now this is your first time being a head coach. Can you talk about your experiences at Waynesburg and Allegheny, along with fellow Thiel alum Kelly Muffley up at Allegheny? Have you made you ready for this opportunity?
My first 2 years as a graduate assistant at Waynesburg, I felt like I learned a lot X's and O's wise from Sam Jones. He's very talented and very gifted when it comes to creating offensive sets, and I feel my time with Sam grew me a lot in that area, and as well as Kelly over at Allegheny. It was a great privilege and honor to coach with her because she was my assistant coach my junior year, so we had a great relationship, and it was really humbling to be able to see her as a head coach, and I feel as if I learned a lot from her, both X's and O's wise, but also just how to create a culture. I feel like Kelly and we were able to get through a lot of hard things, and I learned how to manage difficult things and be able to get through hard things that you just wouldn't expect to have to get through. So I feel like I grew a lot, not only as a basketball coach working under Kelly, but also as a human.
And now, finally, before we switch to Giana, what are your expectations for this year?
My expectations, I go in every single day to practice, and G can probably attest to this, where I'm huge on energy and effort, and body language is really big to me. So if we go in every single day and we have good mindsets in those areas, I believe that it will impact the way that we compete on the court every single night. My big thing is just for us to go in every single game and compete and expect to be able to stand with the team that we're playing up against.
And now, Giana, we switch to you. You're getting a much bigger offensive role. Me and Coach mentioned it, with only 10 players on the team, bigger leadership role with such a young team. How do you expect to look to mentor these younger players in such a young team?
Yeah, I definitely think my main thing is to always be their number one support system. I know what it was like coming in as a freshman, so I want to be there for them, and when they do things, I want to be the first one that's going to cheer them on. I want to push them to be what they can be and reach their full potential, because I know if they reach their full potential, then it's going to help the team overall, and I feel like that's just our main focus for this year.
Looking forward to the season. Where are you most excited about this year?
So I think I'm most excited about just growing as a team overall, developing that team chemistry. If we can learn how to play with each other and how each other plays, I feel like it's going to radiate everybody's energy, and I feel like it's going to be good because we'll be able to compete with other teams and fight all together.
Now, as a player, this being your first under Coach Vormelker, what are you expecting for them this season?
Yeah, I definitely think she's a great role model to look up to. I mean, when she was here, she was a great player. So I feel like her coaching style is definitely something that's different than what we've had in the past, but it's a good different. I feel like the energy that she brings to the court helps us radiate that good energy. And I feel like overall, we can radiate that to each other and just have a good overall experience. We might not win a bunch of games, but as long as we're having fun and we know that she'll always be our support system, I feel like we're going to do good no matter what.
Well, the women's basketball team, at least for my coverage, you'll hear me on WXCC 80.1 FM with their home opener against Franciscan on November 18th. They start a little bit earlier than that against the University of Pitt at Bradford on November 8th. To get the season started, you can also see the live stream on tealathletics.com. Good luck this season. Can't wait to see you guys out there.
Thank you.
Thank you.